I had a little disappointment today. I was supposed to meet an old leader of mine, an old boss of mine who I really respected, and I was supposed to bring him onto the Bridge podcast where we were going to talk about safety and communication. And it was just a planning meeting, and we had some technological issues. He's all the way over in Ireland, so it didn't work out, and we didn't get to chat today. And it's funny because that was a disappointment to me. Obviously, wanted to meet him, been looking forward to meeting him. We've been trying to set this meeting up for months, so I don't know when we're going to talk again. But if God wills it, it'll happen, and I believe that, and I hope it does because I know he's got a lot of value to add. And I realized when I came out to the garage, and I work out in my garage, and it's rough out here. You know, it's a rough place to lift. It's a rough place to think. I do a lot of thinking out here, and it's rough because I'm rough. And I realized that I put this shirt on. This is the first Grey Cup I ever played in, and it was the first year I ever played football. I was drafted in 1997. I was drafted 42nd overall, and they drafted me essentially as fodder. They wanted to bring me in, beat me up, and get rid of me. Just not because they had anything personal against me. They just needed bodies. And somehow I was determined enough, and I stuck around. See, they knew I started playing football in grade 10. They knew I only had 3 years of university, and they knew that I was pretty green, what they'd call green, meaning I didn't know peanut butter from pickles. I didn't know much. I was trying to figure it out, but I didn't know. And so I worked really hard. I trained hard, and I lifted hard, and I probably didn't watch enough film that first year, but I learned how to watch film. I started bringing mentors on. I started working with people that actually are better at the game than me, which was interesting. And that brings me to my point. My podcast is kind of rough right now. You know, I'm like 20 episodes in. I haven't even got them all online yet. I'm editing, and I'm doing everything from editing to cleaning bottles. You know, it's work. And I see all these other podcasts, and they're so polished, just like those other athletes were polished when I first started playing. They knew the game so well, it was intimidating. But I'm determined. And this time I'm a little bit smarter. See, I got something on my side. Number one, I'm a God-fearing man now. I wasn't back then. And number two, I'm smart enough to know that sometimes you got to ask for help. So listen, if you want to be a part of a podcast that brings communication about leadership and safety and men's mental health in general, if you want to be a part of something that brings that communication to this venue, to LinkedIn, to Facebook, even Instagram, I'm even learning to do that in my old age. That's okay. We'll get there. It's rough, but we'll get there. If you have a story to tell, if you have some value to add that you think is worth hearing, that you think people want to hear, I'd love to tell your story. I'd love to. And if you want to help me with the podcast, you want to get involved in something that doesn't pay, you know, this is something I'm doing for my brand and something I'm doing for myself to create more value with my own product, with my own keynote speeches. But if you want to get involved with me, reach out. You can reach me on LinkedIn. You can DM me if it's one of the other venues. I'd love to talk to you because right now I'm a rookie, and I won't be a rookie forever because I'm just as determined as I was back in 1997, and I got a lot more experience now. Anyway, take a chance, man. Watch the podcast. I know it's rough, but you might just like it. There's a lot there already, and there's more coming. Watch me on the bridge. Have a great day.